Attention passionate Seattle SCHNEIDER fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SCHNEIDER fans. Let's get to the news all right. Folks, buckle up because the NFL landscape in the NFC West just took a serious turn, and it's got Seahawks fans buzzing. Rumor has it that the Seahawks are exploring a blockbuster move that could shift the balance of power in this division once and for all. We're talking about the potential acquisition of Patrick SCHNEIDER from the Denver Broncos. And if this deal goes through, it could be a game changer, not just for Seattle's defense, but for their entire Super Bowl aspirations. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this really happening? Can the Seahawks pull this off? Well, let's dive into the details, analyze what this could mean, and why it's generating so much buzz right now. First off, let's talk about SCHNEIDER himself. Patrick SCHNEIDER, a two-time Pro Bowler, is widely regarded as one of the top cornerbacks in the league today. His stats speak volumes. In 2025, he recorded 32 solo tackles, 8 assists, and an impressive 40 combined tackles, along with 2 interceptions and 5 pass defenses. His coverage grade on PFF is a staggering 86.7, placing him firmly among the elite cornerbacks in the NFL. He's known for his ability to shut down top receivers, with a coverage rate of around 90% and an EPA per target of -0. 22, meaning he significantly limits the effectiveness of the passing game against him. SCHNEIDER doesn't just excel in man coverage. He's also a threat in zone, with a zone coverage grade of 92%, and he's proven to be a versatile, reliable player who rarely misses games, having played 10 games in 2023 without injuries. His career stats include 160 solo tackles, 20 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, and 60 pass defenses, showcasing consistency and high-level performance over multiple seasons. Now, Denver is currently sitting at 4-6, with their defense allowing an average of 25 points per game, which isn't exactly what you'd expect from a team with playoff aspirations. Their secondary has been a work in progress, and SCHNEIDER, despite his individual brilliance, is part of a defense that's been leaking points, allowing 251 points this season. The Broncos are reportedly looking to free up cap space, with SCHNEIDER's contract costing around $20 million, and they are open to trading him before the deadline, especially considering their rebuilding phase. They seem to be focusing on acquiring draft capital, and the Seahawks are reportedly interested, offering a second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft in exchange. From Seattle's perspective, this is a no-brainer. The Seahawks' secondary has been decent but not quite elite, and adding SCHNEIDER would instantly elevate their passing defense. With Witherspoon already establishing himself as a top-tier corner, pairing him with SCHNEIDER creates a formidable duo that can lock down the best receivers in the league. This would be especially vital when facing high-powered offenses like the Rams, Cup, or other NFC contenders. The Seahawks have been doing a solid job controlling the clock and winning in close games, but to truly contend deep into the playoffs, they need to tighten up their pass defense, and SCHNEIDER's addition would do just that. Let's break down the potential impact. The duo of SCHNEIDER and Witherspoon would reduce opposing yards per pass attempt significantly, from around 6.5 yards down to approximately 5.4 yards. That's a huge boost in coverage efficiency, and it translates into more turnovers, more pressure on opposing quarterbacks, and fewer big plays allowed. SCHNEIDER's ability to contest passes, he's had 35% contested catch rate, means he's not just a coverage guy but a playmaker who can tip the scales in Seattle's favor when it matters most. His presence would also help the Seahawks' defense become more aggressive, leading to more sacks indirectly, and generating turnovers at a higher clip, something that could be the final piece to push this team over the edge. Now some of you might be thinking, is this really happening? Can we trust the reports? Well, it's important to remember that NFL trade talks are always fluid, but the buzz here is very real. The Seahawks are sitting on a cap space of about $7 million, which is enough to accommodate a deal like this, especially if they move some other pieces or restructure contracts. Denver, on the other hand, seems willing to part with SCHNEIDER. especially with their focus on rebuilding and accumulating draft picks. The potential for Certain to come to Lumen Field and transform the Seahawks' defense into a top-5 unit is enormous. The upgrade would not only boost their chances of making noise in the playoffs, but could also significantly improve their odds in the Super Bowl betting markets. Speaking of Super Bowls, the Seahawks' odds have already seen a boost, going from plus 800 to plus 450, according to some betting sites. Adding a player of Certain's caliber is a clear signal that Seattle is serious about making a deep postseason run this year. His ability to neutralize elite receivers like Kupp and his high coverage rate would make Seattle's secondary a nightmare for opposing offenses. Imagine the Seahawks facing a third-and-long situation, knowing that their secondary can lock down receivers, forcing quarterbacks to take risks or settle for shorter gains. That's the kind of strategic advantage Certain would bring to the team. Plus, his presence would help the Seahawks maintain a high level of competitiveness throughout the season, especially as they face tough divisional rivals and playoff-bound teams. Now, let's talk about the broader picture. The Seahawks' rebuild has been impressive, especially considering how they've turned around the defense this season. The addition of Certain would be the cherry on top. It's a move that signals the team's commitment to competing now, not just planning for the future. The Seahawks have a talented roster led by Geno Smith, who continues to prove he's a franchise quarterback capable of leading this team deep into the playoffs. But to truly maximize their potential, they need to shore up their secondary, and Certain fits the bill perfectly. His elite coverage skills, combined with Witherspoon's playmaking, would create one of the league's best cornerback duos, giving Seattle a real shot at clinching the NFC West and making a serious Super Bowl push. Of course, there are still questions. How will Denver react? Will they accept the proposed second-round pick? And what about other teams interested in Certain? These are all factors that could influence how this story unfolds. But if the Seahawks pull this off, it would be one of the biggest moves of the season, not just for the defensive upgrade, but for the message it sends to the rest of the league, that Seattle is all in and ready to contend for a championship. In conclusion, this potential trade is a huge deal, and it's got Seahawks fans excited about the future. Certain's elite talent, combined with the team's current trajectory and needs, makes this a perfect match. It's a move that could see the Seahawks transform into even bigger contenders, especially in the postseason. The NFC West just got a lot more interesting, and the Seahawks are right in the thick of it. If this trade goes through, expect to see a more aggressive, more confident defense, and a team that's ready to fight for everything. So keep your eyes on the news, stay excited, and get ready for the possibility of a seismic shift in Seattle's championship chase. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Are you excited about adding Certain to the squad? Do you think it's the kind of move that can push us over the top and finally get us back to the Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters, both to us and to the Seahawks. This is a huge moment and your voice is a part of it. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Seahawks news, rumors, and analysis. Let's keep this conversation going because the best is yet to come for our team. Go Hawks!